is up, Niner gang? Hope everybody's having a great day. Just doing a quick preview show, a little pregame show before 49ers face off against the Cardinals today on Monday Night Football in prime time, baby, Mexico City. I'm hearing and seeing a lot of good things of the faithful showing up, all the Niner gang up and ready for this battle we're going to have today against the Cardinals, man. So yeah, I'm just gonna go on pretty quick. Hopefully, it's not too long of a show. Leave me a little bit of time to get ready for the game and head out. But yeah, I want to chime in with everybody. Everybody give their thoughts today and see. We're gonna talk about the prediction, score prediction later on in the show. At the end, we'll save that for the end. But yeah, man, pretty exciting stuff. It's kind of hard when the 49ers play towards the end of the game because all the anticipation that builds with it. But yeah, man, I'm anxious for this game. I'm excited. I think the 49ers are going to whoop that ass today. I'm not going to give my score prediction yet, but I feel like this game is a time for no excuses for the 49ers. I think in every aspect, the 49ers are the better team. I think the record shows that. It's not a super huge margin, but really, the way everybody feels, the 49ers, I think they know it themselves, should have a better record than what they have right now. And they let the ball, they fumbled the ball. you know, yeah, I think they're playing down to some of their opponents. So hopefully that doesn't happen tonight. But we've seen it happen so far this season a few times. And when you get in those close games with some of these teams that are lesser opponents, they can still outscore you with just a field goal or something and take over, man. So hopefully the 49ers don't play down to their opponents. It's prime time. One thing that I can mention when it comes to the prime time matchup today is we saw one yesterday. If you guys didn't watch the game, I made sure to tune in for the Chargers and Chiefs game last night on Sunday Night Football, and Travis Kelsey scored 3 touchdowns. Pretty ridiculous stuff. We've seen it over and over again, and it brought up the discussion. Who's the better tight end? And a lot of people are saying it's Kelsey now. I would beg to differ big time. For me, if you were to reverse the roles, I think this team, the 49ers, has been holding George Kittle back. Outside of the injury, I understand the injury. You got to hold him back to some degree, but outside of everything else, when you're not trying to hold him back, but it's just an effect of what's been going on with the coaching staff and the quarterback. I think if you put George Kittle on the Chiefs and Travis Kelsey on the 49ers, by far, I think George Kittle would show he's the better tight end. In the receiving game, he has better hands. He's a better blocker. So I don't think there's any question whatsoever. He just gets overshadowed in the 49ers offense. He doesn't have as good of a quarterback as Travis Kelsey does over there with Patrick Mahomes, and vice versa. Some would say. I think one of the things I would say, even though I can't stand to say it, is that Andy Reid has shown that he's the better head coach as of right now than Kyle Shanahan. So he's able to scheme up Travis Kelsey open. Like Travis Kelsey isn't doing anything spectacular over there. George Kittle does spectacular things when he does get the chance to touch the ball. And I don't understand why, with all the success that when George Kittle gets targeted, man, he has some great, great plays, man. So we need to see it more. We got Raphael 562 Niners in here. Thank you very much, bro. Good to see you, man. Hope you're having a great day. What's up, Niner Gang, Wolfcast, and everyone? Like and subscribe, everyone, please. Yeah. Real quick, that like and subscribe. Please, everybody, stop what you're doing. Like the video, subscribe to my channel, please. Turn on the bell notification. So click the bell on the side of the subscription tab and put it for all notifications so you know when I go live, and you guys can either argue with me or kind of give me my kudos for all the things you think I'm doing right. But outside of that, I do want to make an honorable mention today, guys. um, Had a little bit of a sad day yesterday, man, and still today it kind of hurts, man. But it might be a little weird to some people, but I know like Brian Culp was one of the people that brought it up to me, and it was in my group chat, my family group chat on Facebook. First thing when I woke up yesterday was I was notified. If you guys don't know, I grew up a Mighty Morphin Power Rangers fan. I know it might sound funny to some people, but as a kid, I always wanted to be a Power Ranger. I always wanted that for my birthday parties. Pretty much all my other cousins, my guy cousins, same thing as well. And one of the main guys that was a part of that franchise, Tommy, who played the Green Ranger and the White Ranger, passed away. He was found dead from it looks like a suicide. So very sad, man. It really sucks for us, all the guys in our family for sure, and even the females in our family. They chimed in about it. His real name is Jason David Frank, but he played Tommy in the Power Rangers, White Ranger and Green Ranger, and yeah, it looks like a suicide. I don't know any specifics or anything, but it's just sad. It really hurts, man, and especially when somebody's going through stuff like that. It's hard. So it's hard to be able to know how to talk somebody out of something like that too, and know how to help them. But yeah, my heart goes out to him, man. I hope he's having a good journey and finds some peace in on the other side. My heart goes out to his family, who, as far as I know, they haven't released a statement yet. But just a little part of my life that I want to share with you guys, the love that I send out to him and his family for what they're going through right now. But back to the 49ers, I know it's hard to kind of transition, but Rafael 5626 Niners says, I want to see a Kittle touchdown tonight for the people. That would be dope. AF. Yeah. Yeah, man, I agree. 100% get Kittle a touchdown. If not two, hey, make it three, make it four. If Travis Kelce could do it, I bet you George Kittle could do it even better, man. Um, I think it's time for Kyle Shanahan and Jimmy Garoppolo to let off the reins a little bit. And even Kittle was asked about it in the press conference, and he said he talked to Jimmy Garoppolo about it. Like, I don't remember his exact words, but he talked to Jimmy Garoppolo about it. So we're gonna have to see what happens in this game, man. You can't let Travis Kelce, a lesser tight end, show up George Kittle on the prime time stage, man. But it's kind of hard when you have all these weapons on the 49ers to kind of spread the ball around a little better too. But let's get him at least one touchdown. I wouldn't be opposed to getting Dwelly a touchdown as well, man. That'd be good. He's always really good in the red zone. Huge wingspan, catch radius. So let's get Dwelly acclimated in that stuff too. Raphael 5629er says, "Damn, no way, he was my favorite Ranger." Yeah, man. Jason David Frank, Tommy, the Power Ranger, allegedly committed suicide. So he was found dead yesterday, man. Very sad. Brian Cope was actually one of the guys that messaged me about it. Came to throw you a like. Hey, bubbly. I don't know how do you pronounce it. Bubbly Doge. I hope. If I pronounce it wrong, let me know. I'm sorry, but I appreciate it very much. Thank you. Um, Pern Amor, Pern Amor says, "Bro, 56-14." We got a prediction in the comments already about the 49ers Cardinals, so I like it. Just kidding. Win, please, and stay healthy. 31-17. Um, I'll say it's pretty close to my prediction, man. So, like I said, that's what the score should be, unless the 49ers play down to their opponents. Now, one thing I could say about this is the Cardinals have one of the least better teams in the red zone when it comes to scoring. I believe they're definitely towards the bottom half. I forget exactly which number because with yesterday it kind of switched as well, right? Some of the stats I look up and it says to be determined type stuff. So yeah, some of that stuff ain't up yet because of all the things that happened yesterday. That's the weird thing about having a game on Monday night is the stats change, and so they're not all updated. But as of right now, the Cardinals are the bottom half of the league in red zone offense, so that's a good thing. So that's why I foresee whether it's Colt McCoy or Kyler Murray, what they have going on over there. I don't see very many touchdowns in the Cardinals' favor going into this game. But so that's my thoughts. I think field goals, if they do anything, I know we're gonna get some questions about D Hop and Charvarius Ward and stuff like that. But I got to drive and remember Niners all damn day. Peace, faithful. Hey, Bubbly Doge, if that's how you pronounce it, cool. Hell yeah, thank you. I actually saw you said yup. But yeah, have a safe drive, man, and let's win today. Let's whoop that ass. And we got Brian Colpin here says, "Let's go Niners." Hell yeah, thanks, bro, for chiming in, man. Um, so like I was saying, man, getting back to, I think we'll talk about the defense a little bit, and the Cardinals offense, because D Hop is one of the more worrisome players off the Cardinals, of course, right? That's probably the biggest threat to the 49ers defense. We're going to have to see how the Cardinals run game plays out. But when it comes to the coverage, I think the 49ers are going to play it pretty conservatively. They've been playing a lot of zone coverage. And so I think they're going to let some of the underneath stuff go. And D Hop's going to get some of those curl routes, some of those out routes, and maybe a couple quick slants, most likely some quick slants. And the Cardinals are going to hope for the best. But outside of that, on big plays, the 49ers haven't been giving up a whole lot of big plays. They're playing pretty conservatively, like I said, right? So whether D Hop is matched up against Charvarius Ward or Diamador Lenore, I don't think they're going to have Mooney Ward following D Hop around. That's just not their style as far as the 49ers defense. So I think regardless of which cornerback is covering D Hop, they're going to have safety help over the top. So uh, I'm pretty confident about that stuff. I'm more like, I feel last time, and I got to check the stats, but the Cardinals gashed the 49ers more with the run game. And so I think if they're going to have any bread and butter today, it might be the run game, if anything, right? They got a guy again in James Conner out there at running back. So we're going to have to see how this time plays out, because he did pretty good against the 49ers last time. But we kind of got a little bit of a different rotation at defense this year. So we're going to have to see how that plays out. No more K'Wan Williams, who was a great run stuffer on this defense and the nickel position. So we're going to see, man. But I feel confident in the defense today. They're going to probably give up a lot of the underneath stuff. Maybe put the Cardinals in some meticulous drives where they have to drive down the field and minimize the the mistakes. And if they take a couple deep shots, they're probably going to throw some interceptions. That's how I see it playing out. When if the Cardinals do march down the field, I'm sure they're just going to get backed up to where they're going to have to go settle for field goals. So that's how I see it. I would love to hear your guys' thoughts about it. I think we're all pretty confident in this defense. Since Emmanuel Mosley went down, it started looking very worrisome as soon as he went down. But D'Amico Ryans and the rest of the defense has been able to acclimate to their chemistry together. So it's been looking better and better. So let's continue to build on that, man. And even like against the Chargers, um, we saw them play the Chiefs yesterday. It's a divisional game, so either way, it's probably going to be it's probably going to be pretty different, right? Because it's a divisional game. But I think the Chargers are a better team than what a lot of people are giving them credit for, and I think a lot of people underestimate when you have a quarterback that's more than functional. He's a very good quarterback. He can make things happen for you and put the team on his shoulders in a sort of speak, right? That's why I think it's unfortunate, but the Chiefs are going to have, as long as Mahomes is healthy, they're always going to have a chance against any team, I think, man. So um, I think that's what's making the Chargers a really good contender. And like people want to shut them out and shun them down, but they have a very similar record to the 49ers right now. So can't shut them out too much, man. But Damian Lee says, beat the child support out of the Cardinals. Hell yeah, man. Whoop that ass. We got David McNewen here too, man. Good to see you guys. If anybody wants to call in and chime in with some of their thoughts live, let me know. I'll throw the link in the comments. I do already have it copied. Just got to paste it. So let me know if anybody wants to call in. I know one of you guys usually does. But yeah, so I'm curious to see, man. Jimmy Ward doesn't have that cast on his arm anymore, on his hand. And I don't think the 49ers are going to put him back at safety yet, but I think now would be the time to do it and catch the Cardinals off guard. But it sounds like from the press conference and stuff like that, that the 49ers like him at that nickel position. We know his feelings about it, that Jimmy Ward doesn't like it, man. And you know what, actually, to touch on that real quick, because Jimmy Ward is actually a Power Rangers fan himself, too, man. So I'm I'm going to tell Grant Cohn, I'm going to tell him, hey, dude, can you ask Jimmy Ward, if you talk to him again, can you ask him about his feelings on what happened with Jason David Frank, man? Because that was very sad for anybody who's a Power Rangers fan. That was a very sad instance of what happened, man. Very sad. So I want to hear Jimmy Ward's thoughts on that. But, anyways, getting back to the 49ers stuff, he doesn't have that cast on anymore. So it might be time to get him back to that safety spot. 49ers are kind of declining that that proposition. They feel like they like what they have going right now, and so they're going to keep it going um, for the near future. But maybe a good time to mix him in and out of the safety position. And we're talking about it with CG Ruthless on his network on the 49ers Round Check. So you guys go check that out. Check that out when you get a chance. A couple 49er fans, us chiming in, YouTube content creators talking about the 49ers in a group live stream. And we're talking about maybe this is a good time from the nickel to get Jimmy Ward some some rushes at the quarterback from the nickel position. And I thought that'd be a pretty good damn idea because, we've seen Fred Warner get mixed in there, and it's more like a delayed blitz to kind of get Bosa to pull off his offensive lineman and run around where Fred Warner is and get a sack. It's been when it has been utilized, it's been pretty successful. So do that, get some Hafunga mixed in there on a rush. Same with Jimmy Ward. That'd be pretty cool to see, man. I think if you're not gonna get if you're not gonna get Jimmy Ward back at his safety position where he loves to play, let him get some anger out and take it on that quarterback. Blitz him, bro. So that'd be pretty cool to see. And yeah, everybody's saying rest in peace, Jason David Frank. Very much so, man. That really tugged at the heartstrings for myself. Really looked up to them, the Power Rangers in general, growing up. Rest in peace to the Green Ranger. I still to this day watch the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie, the original one with Ivan Ooze. Let me know if you guys have ever seen that movie. Long live the Dragon Lord and Tiger Zord. Yeah, man, very much so. Um, I have the White Ranger sword right there. It actually talks and everything. It's pretty cool, life size. Um, but kind of getting back to some of the 49ers stuff, I think Justin Herbert didn't have the greatest receivers in the world when we played them last, right? They didn't have Keenan Allen back. And so I think that kind of tied into it a little bit, but hopefully we kind of see the same thing going on here today because we saw Justin Herbert having to hold on to the ball and kind of pat the ball a little bit, have happy feet in the pocket because nobody was getting open. And so we were seeing a lot of coverage sacks, we were seeing deflected passes, and of course, the one at the end deflected by Omenahu. Now that's a great example, right? Nobody gets open. 49ers hold the coverage to where the D line has a chance to get to the quarterback and at least deflect the ball. So I'm looking forward to seeing some of that stuff today, man. And good to see it back again. We hadn't really seen that since Mosley went down, and now, like I said, this defense is getting their chemistry built up, and I think that's probably why they like what they have with Jimmy Ward at nickel. I don't think they're going to shy away from that, but it's unfortunate for him, man. The way it's looking right now, I don't know if he's going to be here next year. And if he's not, that's going to be a blow. That's a blow to the heart, man. Raphael 5629ers remembers the purple ooze. Hell yeah, man! One of the greatest movies of all time, outside of the Rocky franchise, Rambo franchise, and stuff like that. Damian Lee for real. First Batman, Kevin Conroy, and the Green Ranger. Yeah. Okay, so let's see, man, because I'm very curious to see how the offense is going to come out and perform with all these weapons. I talked about how George Kittle, he's getting shunned in this offense. I think he's I mean, by far and large, the better tight end than Travis Kelce. But I think just the overall conditions for Kelce just work out in his favor a lot better. When it comes to the receiving game, there is no question. I think George Kittle is way better. He has a better hands overall, better route running, and better blocking. So that's what tight end kind of comes down to. So I don't understand how you could say that Travis Kelce is the better tight end. But Raphael 5629er says the faithful is going to be rocking tonight. More than 80% of the 49er fans are in the stadium. Yeah. And I can't wait. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to have a quick show today Not going to be too long, maybe like a 30-minute, 40-minute show. And then let's all get ready and head out for the game, man. I'm not going to be watching that at home. I'm going to go to a sports bar and watch it that way because I'm in Cardinals territory too, man. So I'm ready to do some rah rah against the Cardinals fans that show up today to the sports bar. Let me know where you guys are watching the game and stuff like that, how you guys feel about it. But yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm in Cardinals territory, so I'll probably be outnumbered. But hey, man, if they want to get down, we could throw hands too. But anyways, um, back to it, man. We've seen the 49ers. They're very good at putting together meticulous drives, right? I've talked about it before. Let's start passing a little more on first downs every once in a while. Every once in a while. I'm not saying 80% or 75% or anything like that. You pass on first down now. No, this you do want to be smart and play smart, but just to mix it up a little bit, catch the Cardinals off guard once in a while. I would say pass on first down, man. Stop being so conservative because we need to score points. It's like Kyle Shanahan. Every game he plays not to lose. Instead of playing to win, probably he plays to not lose. Super conservative. That's why we have all these close games, regardless of how many great weapons we have, regardless of how well Jimmy Garoppolo is playing. You choose to put him in third and long, and too much pressure on his shoulders to have to convert those third and eights, third and 12s. It's ridiculous, man. So let's get shorter down in distance to begin with, and then push him with the run game, man. I think it's going to work in tandem with Elijah Mitchell helping out the run game and being successful in that. Jimmy Garoppolo convert some third downs. I'm looking forward to it, man. But let's score some damn points. Um, Let me check some of the comments here real quick. And I want to know, let me know your guys' thoughts, man, because here's another thing, too, I want to bring up about the meticulous drives that the 49ers tend to go through. It's great because we keep the ball out of the opposing offense's hands, right? So that's typically a good thing. But when you lead those meticulous drives, it also leaves the opportunity for more mistakes overall, right? So when you have drives that go pretty quick and get to the end zone, it's a lot less chances for a mistake. But at the same time, when you're playing conservative, I do understand that aspect of it. Um, if Kyle is conservative, hire Eric Bieniemy. Whew, I don't know, man. And I don't want to talk about it too much, but if we were to hire somebody, if we let go of Kyle Shanahan, I want it to be Harbaugh. That's who I'm going for. I know some people talk about Sean Payton, but and it's too early to talk about it. But I'm just gonna give my thoughts on Sean Payton real quick. Um, this dude had Drew Brees, one of the better quarterbacks in the league for many years, right? He had Michael Thomas, Jimmy Graham, Reggie Bush. Like this dude only won one Super Bowl, so why I don't understand. And he had one of the better quarterbacks in the league. Some people would say Jimmy Garoppolo is one of those guys. Some people wouldn't. So most people, I think, would agree he's kind of in the middle. I'm not going to put my standpoint on that yet. I would just say, as an average community, our poll would probably say Jimmy Garoppolo is probably in the middle of the pack. So when Sean Payton had one of the better quarterbacks in the league and he only won one Super Bowl and then was never really relevant ever again, why would you want to bring that in? I don't understand it. A lot of people think he's going to the Cowboys, but the Cowboys are starting to look pretty good. And I thought the Vikings were going to whoop that ass yesterday. Caught me off guard a little bit. Gallagher passed away as well. So now no more smashing watermelon. I don't get that reference. My bad. Let me see. Oh yeah, and again, back to it, guys. I've said before in the streams, if anybody wants to direct any comments towards me, that way it helps. I don't have to sift through all the comments. If it's specifically for me, put 4 flames, please. 4 flame emojis in your comment, so I know that comment or that question is meant for me to put up on screen or just to read in general, right? Um, Raphael 5629 says at home and Niners are winning 27-17. Yep, I would be pretty decently happy if that was the score, with maybe that last touchdown being in garbage time. But outside of that, I hope the 49ers score some more points than 27. David McNew says, must roast the red chickens in Levi's International. Yeah. Uh, yeah, we better, man. Our fan base is showing up. Better be a party in Mexico City, man. Yeah, dude, they're showing up with their luchador masks and stuff like that. So great to see all that stuff. The 49er fans hounding the team when they show up at the airport and stuff like that. And actually, if you guys didn't see it, I posted it in the as a community post that there's a picture of Trey Lance walking around the airport and stuff like that with his teammates, man. So that's pretty great to see, man. Let's get him back at backup. Let's get him in backup quarterback for now. Let's get Trey Lance acclimated in the offense. He's been in the meetings, taking the mental reps. So at some point, hopefully, he starts practicing on the physical field. So, yeah. CG Ruthless says, "Yo, great stream. Appreciate you on today." Yeah, man, guys. Like I said, I was on CG Ruthless's channel today. Go check it out. 49ers round check with fellow 49er content creators. Kind of this was going to be today and how it was going to look. So yeah, CG, thanks for having me on, bro. It was a good time, definitely. We got Andrew Tellis saying Niners barely will win by 4 points. And I hope not, man. I could see it, man, how the 49ers play down to their opponents. So we just got to hope for the best, man, with this team. It's ridiculous. We can speculate all we want and have all these stats and everything, but the 49ers, day in and day out, they show us that they play down to their opponents and leave these games closer than they need to be. And I think a lot of it has to do with Kyle Shanahan. I think it's time to let Jimmy Garoppolo off the reins a little bit, get George Kittle acclimated. When George Kittle's acclimated into the offense, he has success. So let's get it going, man. There's no excuses today. Uh, they're leaving themselves up to criticism. Really, Kyle Shanahan. So this is the time on prime time to show that you got to shut up some of your critics, bro. And I'm speaking to Kyle Shanahan. David McNew says, I need to go to my neighbor's house because I despise ESPN. I have reasons. Yep, we'll talk about that at another time, man. I feel you. Uh, Brian Culp says, Gallagher was a comedy who used to smash a fruit. Interesting. Sounds like a fruit ninja comedian. Um, Bobby Mira says Niners have such a huge following. It's like a home game, even when we are away from the Bay. The crowd should help us tonight for sure. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. 49er fans travel great. That's the great part of the 49ers community and being part of a legacy that's so great in the NFL. And the 49ers, whether the NFL wants to admit it or not, whether they want to favor the Cowboys, they could say the Cowboys are America's team. Yeah, sure. Okay, buddy. But the 49ers, I've said it, are the universe's team. We're the galaxy's team, man. 49er fans, you're going to find us all over the world, man. I don't know if I could say that for any other team around the NFL. So I love that about the 49ers community. We're all going to bump into each other at some point in time, I believe. So, yeah, man. Can't wait to see some of you guys out at a game too, and we can all share a drink or something. I can't drink for 4 years, but after that 4 years, we can have a drink or something. But Brian Culp says, real quick, let me get to this comment. Damian Lee says, new Los Angeles Rams song by Justin Timberlake called Cry Me a River. I feel it, man. Last time in 2005, says Brian Culp, we had over 80% of the fans didn't work out for us then. Yeah, man, but like even when we saw the Chargers, it was pretty good to see that Justin Herbert was having to put his hands over his ears to hear the plays and stuff like that, doing that typical quarterback stuff in away games. So that was a home game for us. I think dare I say it, I think Mexico City is going to be more on and popping than Levi's was. So yeah, I think it's going to work in the 49ers' favor. Like I said before, also, like kind of going back to the Trent Williams tipping off plays, any little ounce of advantage in the NFL helps a lot. It goes a long way, especially when it's a consistent thing, play in and play out with the fans in the stadium. So that's how I feel about it. Why not Ken Dorsey as a head coach option? Um, I mean, I guess, but I think depending how everything goes, right? That's what I'm saying. It's kind of too early to talk about this stuff. I just wanted to talk about the Sean Payton, what's going on with him. I, j- I don't think the 49ers are going to get rid of Kyle Shanahan. He would have to completely tank the rest of the second half of the season, knock on wood. But if they do, man, I don't want to bring anybody else in but Jim Harbaugh. And I don't know if he's willing to come in, but that's where I stand. Jim Harbaugh shows that he can develop quarterbacks, and that's one of the most important things that we need is a quarterback developer for Trey Lance. I don't think Kyle Shanahan is that guy. He's a little too uh, socially awkward. Let me see what this comment is. Eric Bieniemy has that killer instinct that Kyle has not shown yet. Gets up to 10, then plays conservative. That magic number, man. Uh, 49ers first takes. Aaron, thank you for being here, man. I'm not super optimistic about tonight's game, regardless of who's playing quarterback on the cards. Yeah, man. Like I feel confident either way. Whichever quarterback plays for the Cardinals, they've shown they're the lesser team. So I understand it's a division opponent, but it's just at the end of the day, the 49ers have to execute and show who the better team is, right? They're supposed to be a contender, so now's the time you got to show it, man. Um, see if I get any more flame comments real quick. Like I said, guys, four flames in the comment if it's directed towards me. Let's make fried chicken pops out of the Cardinals tonight. That's got to be a Wayne Breezy reference, man. The fried chicken pops out of the Cardinals tonight. What's up, Randy Daytona? Thanks for chiming in, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, man, it sounds pretty good too. You know, I could have that as an appetizer during and after, before, during, and after the game. Some Cardinal chicken pops. It sounds pretty good, all right? Right? It's like a chicken wing you can dip, like one of those Starbucks cake pops. But anyways, yeah, man, I just want to see the 49ers offense be more aggressive and have some success. Garoppolo's playing well enough to where you could put a little more on his plate and not put him in third and long situations so often. Um, we're just gonna have to see, man. We'll see with Trent Williams because Chris Forrester was actually asked about the Trent Williams tip and plays off, and he said he wants to see Trent Williams get better about it. And I saw Trent Williams is kind of clap back about it, and it was pretty immature, if I do say so myself, man. Trent Williams, he's a guy that wants to talk about Debo when it comes to immaturity, right? Like, hey, yeah, I talked to him like, hey, buddy, you gotta show better than that. You got to show up to mini camp and stuff like that, whatever, right? So when the tables are returned, and this is some of the worst kind of people, right? When you want to give that type of advice, but you can't take it yourself. So that's what I'm seeing from Trent Williams, man. I think he needs to humble himself a little bit more. You can't be tipping off plays in the NFL. I don't care how good you think you are, how much confidence you have in your own offense. At the end of the day, yes, you do have to you do have to execute and beat the other team, but it doesn't help when you're tipping plays off and you know the opposing team has a better chance when they know whether it's a run or a pass. When they're kept on their toes and they don't know what's going on, you have a better chance of beating them, right? Because they're going to be lost in a scramble. David McNews says Chris Collinsworth has permanent emotional damage from those two Super Bowl losses to our 49ers. From which one? I don't get that reference. Sorry. Yeah, I don't know. Losses to our 49ers. I don't know. I don't know Chris Collinsworth history too much, man. I know who he is, but I don't know too much of his history, so I don't get that. Brian Culp says Niners win as long as they remain confident. That's the thing, man. You got to remain confident, play confident, and I think the 49ers are playing in their typical away jerseys, which is unfortunate. I hope I get proven wrong and it's in the 94 throwback white jerseys. I love those. I wish we could go back to those full time. The 49ers play with some damn swag when we play in those type of uniforms. So I hope we play in those, but as of right now, I think it's the white and gold. And yeah, remain confident, 49ers. I think they are pretty confident. So just keep that. Um, 49ers first take says, I agree to disagree on Kittle. Yeah, we got to talk about it sometime, man. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't think that I'm not going to talk about it. Like you said, agree to disagree. I'm not an agree to disagree type of guy. Like I'm gonna fight it till the wheels fall off. But I'll just leave it at that for now. Um, Again, I think the 49ers are going to have to run to the left in this game. The Cardinals defense, I couldn't find the stat, man. Like I said, with everything that was changing Sunday yesterday for the league stats, some of those stats haven't been announced for where the Cardinals place in run defense now. But I think just for the 49ers to have success, we're going to have to run the ball pretty often, right? At least a 50-50 split, 60-40 split, most likely. Run game, run 60% of the time, pass 40%. That might be a recipe for the 49ers success. We're going to have to find out at the end of the game. So you guys quote me on it. I'll say a 60-40 split for run pass. And we'll see after the game. You guys quote me on it. Come back and we'll talk about it post game. 49ers first take says we beat the Bengals 82 and 88 that he played on. Oh, okay. See, and I was thinking the Bengals, right? Because that was a team that we beat twice, but I didn't know if he played for them or what was going on. That's the part I don't get. But I guess yeah, I guess he played on the Bengals. I did not know that about Chris Collinsworth. Thanks, guys. That's the fun fact for today. Brian Culp says, "Great show, Wolfcast." Guys, remember, if we win, it's for Tim. If we lose, it's because of. He's talking about Tim Rattay, this guy. Um, yeah, him and JT O'Sullivan. But hey, thanks, Brian. Appreciate it, man. Always great to have you on. One of the things that's pretty promising about this matchup is the Cardinals actually rank 32nd. So they're last in the league for yak allowed defensively. So this is a spot where the 49ers can really dominate the Cardinals and really should, right? The yak bros. If you're going to have yak against anybody, if you're going to show who you are against anybody, is going to be against the team who ranks last in yak allowed, which is the Cardinals. So I'm looking for that to show up on the broadcast today during the game. Can't wait to see it, man. Kittle, I hope he goes off and catches some of those short passes and takes them for long gains and runs over some guys looking like some George Kittle of old, man. And in prime time, show that you're the better tight end, man. Because yeah, I'm not I'm not gonna go there yet. But yeah, man. The thing is, so Arizona is 11th in takeaways, so they're ranked pretty decently up there in the league with forcing turnovers. So we're gonna have to see how that plays out. And it's a division opponent, so I'm curious to see if the 49ers do give up any turnovers at all in this game. Garoppolo's been pretty damn good, man, and he's got a 2-game streak. He hasn't gotten that third game streak of no turnovers, no interceptions. So we're gonna have to see if hopefully today can be another game that he can stack on to his streak of no interceptions. He's never done it before, 3 games in a row without an interception. So last time when he was on that streak, I think he threw those interceptions basically in garbage time, where it was at a point where the 49ers had to push the ball downfield and come from behind and win the game. So he had to make something happen. And that's a lot of times when those mistakes happen, right? When your offense has a lot of pressure on their shoulders. So, yeah, man, as long as the 49ers are up big and, execute confidently, like Brian Cope was saying, this could be a time for Garoppolo to have that 3-game streak without an interception. David McNew says Chris Collinsworth was a wide receiver on the Bengals in the 80s, was defeated twice in the Super Bowl by our 49ers. Emotional damage. Pretty sure that's what you're referring to that video. Emotional damage. That's funny, man. Hey, man, so we got a fun fact today, right? Chris Collinsworth, wide receiver for the Bengals. Anybody who didn't know, I didn't know that. I'm a little younger in the 49er fan base, I think. Yeah, I've been a fan since 92, but that's when I was born. uh, can Colin Coward get off Jimmy G jockstrap? SMH. Yeah, man, for real. That's another guy, Colin Coward. I used to like to listen to his stuff. I don't really listen to him at all anymore, man. It's just kind of getting ridiculous. But you know, I think he's kind of leaning towards being on the Jimmy Garoppolo bandwagon. It seems like because of the whole stuff with his daughter, with Coward's daughter dating Trey Lance, and I don't know what happened with that. She got dumped or something like that. So he has some animosity, and every chance he gets, he talks bad on Trey Lance. So I think that kind of plays into it, and you can't really trust, the conflict of interest there. So, um, all right, guys. Well, yeah. I think that's pretty much it. Let me know your guys' score predictions real quick. Like I said, kind of doing a quick show today on the 49ers Cardinals preview in Mexico City, Monday Night Football, prime time, baby. Um, the good thing about our defense was against a really good quarterback in Justin Herbert, and which I think if any quarterback was going to threaten our defense, even with the lack of wide receivers, out of these three quarterbacks, Colt McCoy, Kyler Murray, and Justin Herbert, I think Justin Herbert would be the one, right? And he had some good throws and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, the 49ers defense only gave up one touchdown to the Chargers. So I'm very curious to see how that's going to play out. I think, again, man, 49ers are gonna win in every aspect of the game. So all three phases, I think the 49ers are going to win out. So hopefully that's how it goes. Kyle Shanahan, stop underperforming down to your opponents. McGlinchey, let's have a better game, McGlinchey. You're on prime time, bro. You've had some time to rest. You had the bye week and stuff like that. So maybe you're still a little banged up, but hey, man, come out and run the ball down the Cardinals' throats and pass protect decently at least, please, man. Brendel's been doing pretty good. So Jake Brendel, kudos to you, man. You've been doing better since the ugly stuff we saw at the beginning of the season. So yeah, man. Eyes on McGlinchey, eyes on Trent Williams tipping plays off. We'll see how that plays out. CMC, man, I think he's going to have a very good game. I think I could see, you know, I think the 49ers should get Debo put back into the quick slant game a little bit more in this game, man. I think eyes are going to be on Brandon Ayuk because he's been the more solid wide receiver. That's going to leave opportunities for Kittle, CMC, and Debo underneath. I think so. Let's get Debo a couple quick slants. That way he's not in the backfield so much, and he has a chance to have some success and attack the defense in a different way. George Kittle, seam route. Let's see the seam routes, man. But I think George Kittle and CMC are going to be the big factors to where it's going to be a back and forth, man. I think it's going to be a big game for both of those guys. They're going to play off each other, man. So that's what I think. Let's see it, man. I can't wait. Ready to throw my jersey on. I don't have my jersey on yet. Got my Niner Gang Wolfcast hat on that my great friend Brian Colt made for me. Great hat. Thank you. And at some point, we're probably going to start taking some orders for Niner Gang Wolfcast hats, man. Um, yeah, man. I think that's pretty much it. Let's get some score predictions. I got Damian Lee in here with his score prediction, 25-13. I believe that's his final answer. Do we have any more final answers? Going once, going twice. Any final answers? Um, I'll give you guys a second. I'm just teasing. CG Ruthless says 31-21. 49ers win. Yeah, man. Could see it. I would think if, like I said earlier, man, if the 49ers do allow touchdowns, it's going to be in garbage time. But the Cardinals don't have a good red zone offense this year, at least statistically. And so I think it's going to be a lot of field goals for the Cardinals if they do score. But you never know. You never know. So, yeah, CG 31-21. That's his prediction. Um, CG Ruthless says Wolfgang. Uh, CG says that's what I should call my followers. Well, as of right now, I'm referring to all my subscribers, everybody who's part of the team, man. You guys are part of the team to build this channel. My Niner Gang Wolf Pack. That's what I call you guys. So that's what it is for now. And we'll see about it. What everybody likes to. What's calling Coward's daughter's number? Hey, stop it. All right, guys. Well, I guess, drum roll. I'm going to go ahead and give my prediction. Of course, I feel the 49ers should win, and in formidable fashion, in great fashion. I think the 49ers should put on a show in prime time tonight, man. In Mexico City is going down. Fans are going to be going crazy. I think the 49ers are going to whoop that ass very easily, right? So my score prediction is 31-16. Field goals. One touchdown for the Cardinals. And what is that? Three field goals? Yeah, right? Three field goals, one touchdown for the Cardinals, guys. Um, yeah. So that's my thoughts on it, guys. I really appreciate everybody being here, man. Like I said before, please before you leave, take a second, like the video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Um, Share it if you can. Hit the bell tab for all notifications. So click on the bell emoji and turn on all notifications, please, so you guys know when I'm going live. Appreciate you guys being here, man. Niners, let's get this win. Jason David Frank, rest in peace, bro. My heart goes out to you and your family, man. But yeah, Niners, let's get this win, man. Niner gang out.